Dylan's new chance at Forrester Creations nearly fell apart before it even began. On Wednesday's The Bold and the Beautiful recap, Melissa Dillon found herself trapped in a dangerous emotional corner. Remy Price was back in her orbit, her secret connection to him was at risk of being exposed, and one wrong move could have cost Dillon the stability she had only just started to build. That is the heart of this episode. Dillon was not just hiding a person, she was hiding a problem, a past connection, a family link, and maybe most importantly, a risk that could follow her straight into her future. Remy admitted he had been trying to reach Dillon for a while. Her disconnected number told part of the story before she even explained it. Dillon had been through a rough chapter. She opened up about being homeless for a while and hinted at the Luna Nozawa drama that had affected her life. That moment matters because it shows Dillon is not operating from a place of confidence. She is surviving. She is trying to rebuild. She is trying to protect the little bit of peace she has found. So when Remy appears, it does not feel simple. It feels like pressure walking through the door. Remy also had his own confession. He admitted he had been friends with Luna before realizing how disturbed she truly was. That detail adds another layer of discomfort. Remy is not just some random cousin checking in. His name is connected to people and memories. Dillon clearly does not want following her around. And then the episode shifted into something more personal. Dillon talked about Will Spencer, and Remy immediately noticed the change in her. She lit up. He could tell she had fallen for him. That small reaction says a lot. Dillon may be scared, guarded, and cautious, but her feelings for Will are real enough for Remy to see them without much effort. And that makes her situation even more delicate. If she wants a future with Will, if she wants people to see her differently, then being connected to Remy could become a serious problem. Dillon understood that. She did not want to cause more trouble. She believed her cousin connection to Remy needed to stay hidden. And then the pressure got worse. Daphne Rose Walton approached, and Dillon had to react fast. She pushed Remy to hide behind the rack of dresses again. It was sudden, risky, and filled with panic. Because if Daphne had seen him, Dillon would have had to explain why Remy was there, why he was hiding, and why this connection mattered so much. Daphne did not catch Remy directly, but she still sensed something was off. That is what made the scene tense. Dillon smiled. She acted normal. She tried to cover every crack in the room with a calm expression, but Daphne could feel the strange energy. She walked into a situation that looked normal on the surface, yet something underneath felt wrong. For Dillon, this was a test, not just of her ability to lie in the moment, but of how long she can keep her past separated from her present. Then the emotional stakes suddenly changed. Daphne revealed that she needed a new assistant, and Steffy Forrester Finnegan had recommended Dillon. Daphne pitched the idea, and Dillon was thrilled. This was not just a job opportunity. For Dillon, it felt like validation. After being homeless, after being connected to painful drama, after trying to keep herself from creating more trouble, she was finally being trusted with something. Steffy's recommendation meant someone at Forrester Creations saw value in her. Daphne planned to meet Dillon later to talk more about the job, and for a moment, Dillon had a reason to smile, but that joy was complicated. After Daphne left, Remy hugged Dillon and congratulated her on the promotion. It should have been a sweet moment between cousins. Instead, it became another reminder of the risk standing right in front of her. Dillon had something to lose now. That is why her reaction matters. She was wary of helping Remy. She was wary of being seen with him. She understood that a fresh opportunity can disappear quickly in a place like Forrester Creations, especially when secrets and reputations are involved. Remy seemed to understand her fear, but he still wanted something. He hoped Dylan would consider speaking to Deke Sharp on his behalf. That request put even more weight on Dylan's shoulders. Remy was not just asking for emotional support. He was asking her to step into the middle of something that could expose their connection, and Dylan already knew how dangerous that could be. When Remy put his wig back on and left, Dylan stayed behind, deep in thought. That image says everything. She had just received good news. She had just moved closer to a better future, but instead of feeling free, she was left standing with the pressure of a secret, the fear of being discovered, and the question of whether helping family could destroy everything she is trying to build. And across Forrester Creations, Remy's name was already creating tension elsewhere. In the design office, RJ Forrester offered to look into where Remy was now, but Electra Forrester shut that down immediately. Electra did not want answers, she wanted distance. She liked the idea of Remy being somewhere far away, somewhere unreachable, somewhere like Timbuktu or even Mars. The exact place did not matter. What mattered was that Remy stayed away from her life. Electra made it clear she wanted nothing to do with Remy or anyone connected to him. That line lands hard because Dylan is connected to him. Electra may not know that connection, but viewers do, and that creates a quiet, ticking clock. Dylan is trying to keep her cousin Link hidden. At the exact same time, Electra is drawing a firm emotional boundary around Remy and anyone in his orbit. That is where the episode becomes more than a secret. It becomes a collision waiting to happen. While Dylan was trying to protect her future in silence, Hope Logan Spencer was openly reaching her breaking point at Forrester Creations. The tension inside the CEO office showed how unstable things have become. Hope spoke about her pride, and she hinted that someone else might appreciate her work. That one comment carried a lot of meaning. Hope did not directly announce an exit in that moment, but she clearly wanted Steffy and Ridge to understand that she had options. Hope's pride was not just about ego, it was about feeling pushed, judged, and undervalued. At Forrester Creations, Hope has been under pressure for a long time, especially with Steffy making the environment feel unbearable from Hope's point of view. So when Hope hinted that someone else might value her, it felt like a warning. Then Hope walked out, leaving Ridge Forrester and Steffy Forrester Finnegan to deal with the possibility of another public mess. Ridge was concerned about Forrester Creations facing another media scandal. He did not want the next headline to be about Hope leaving the company. That concern is very Ridge. He knows family conflict is one thing, but when family conflict becomes business news, Forrester Creations pays the price. Steffy, however, did not believe Hope would actually leave. That reaction says a lot about Steffy's confidence. She seemed to think Hope would stay, no matter how frustrated she became. But that confidence may be risky. When someone feels trapped, dismissed, or pushed too far, they can eventually make a move others never expected, and Hope's possible move was already being hinted at somewhere else. At Logan, Brooke Logan Forrester interrupted Katie Logan Spencer's conversation with Liam Spencer. The scene carried a different kind of tension. It was not about wigs, secrets, or being nearly caught. It was about sisters, loyalty, and old emotional wounds. Brooke was still unhappy with some of Katie's recent actions, but she chose to focus on their bond. She reminded Katie that they were sisters and survivors. Brooke did not want anything to come between them again. That moment had emotional weight because Brooke and Katie's relationship has always been complicated by love, loyalty, pain, and family pressure. When Brooke calls them survivors, she is trying to pull them back to common ground. She is trying to protect the sisterhood before another divide grows too wide. But then Hope's name came up and the energy shifted. Things became awkward because Hope is now tied to the bigger question surrounding Logan's future. Liam delivered a cryptic hint that there could still be hope for Logan after Eric Forrester. Brooke did not seem to catch the clue about her daughter possibly joining Logan. That missed clue is important. Liam appeared to understand that Hope's future could be moving in a new direction, but Brooke did not fully pick up on what he was suggesting. And that creates emotional irony, because Hope's choice may affect Brooke deeply. Later, Hope met Brooke at her house and opened up about Steffy making things unbearable at Forrester Creations. This was not just workplace frustration. For Hope, this was personal. Forrester Creations is tied to her career, her identity, her family connections, and her mother. Leaving would not be as simple as changing offices. It would mean stepping away from a place that has shaped a major part of her life. And the episode made that conflict clear through Hope's thoughts. She wondered if she could really leave Forrester Creations and her mother. That question is the emotional center of Hope's storyline. It is not only about Steffy. It is not only about business. It is about whether Hope can choose herself without feeling like she is abandoning Brooke. It is about whether loyalty to her mother should keep her in a place that feels painful. It is about whether pride, survival, and self-respect are finally pushing her toward a major change. The bold and the beautiful spoilers suggest Hope may indeed trade Forrester for Logan soon. But for now, the episode keeps that possibility in the air. It is not just a business move. It is a family shake-up waiting to happen. That is what connects the episode's biggest emotional threads. Dylan is afraid that her hidden connection to Remy could ruin her new opportunity at Forrester Creations. Hope is questioning whether Forrester Creations is still the place where she belongs. One woman is fighting to hold on to her fresh start. The other may be preparing to walk away from the company that has become too painful to stay in. Both stories are about risk. Dylan's risk is exposure. Hope's risk is separation. Dylan has to decide whether helping Remy is worth endangering everything she has gained. Hope has to decide whether staying at Forrester is worth losing more of herself in the process. And that is why Wednesday's B&B recap feels like a turning point. The loudest explosions may not have happened yet, but the pressure is building in every corner. Secrets are being hidden, warnings are being ignored, opportunities are coming with consequences. And emotional loyalty is being tested from every side. If Dylan's connection to Remy comes out, will her new chance at Forrester Creations disappear before it truly begins? And if Hope really leaves Forrester for Logan, will Brooke support her daughter's future or feel like she is losing her too? Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for daily, the bold and the beautiful spoilers, recaps, and updates.